In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how much YouTube paid me for 250 million views on my other channel, Oscar and Magic. We'll go through my journey from $0 when I just started out, all the way up to how much money I'm making from the channel today, and we'll look at my top earning videos which have made over $25,000 each. I'll also be showing you the difference in money between that and how much TikTok paid me for 100 million views on their platform, how much Facebook paid me for 20 million views, all the way down to my Rumble page which received just over 100,000 views. So let's start there. So I don't really use Rumble, but my videos automatically get uploaded there because they've just got a system that takes my YouTube content and then copies it to Rumble without me doing anything. And after doing this for around 2 years, my channel's gained 20,000 subscribers, or Rumblers, whatever they're called, and 130,000 views, resulting in a grand total of $70, which is pretty rubbish, but it required zero effort as the whole process is automated, so obviously I'll take the money. And Rumble's also a rapidly growing platform, just like TikTok was a few years ago, so money aside, it's probably worth getting on there now just to build an audience whilst it's still relatively easy to do so. But that's nothing compared to what Facebook paid me for 21 million views on their platform, which resulted in a grand total of $21,000. Now, just like Rumble, I'm just posting my YouTube content onto Facebook, and as you can see, it generates quite a lot of money. So you can see here, it averages around $20 to $30 a day, which is pretty good. And there've also been some days where the money's been as much as $300. And actually, here's the amount I've made per video, and some of my videos have earned over $1,000, which is super cool considering it's just repurposed content. I'm just uploading videos that I've already made to a different platform. So the big lesson here is that most content creators seem to dismiss Facebook today as just a dying platform, and they just don't think there's any money to be made there, and they'd rather focus their efforts on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. But as you can see here, Facebook actually pays really, really well, far more than Instagram and TikTok. So if you're not posting your content there, then you might be leaving tens of thousands of dollars on the table. And you've already done all the hard work, which is like making the actual content. You just need to press upload on a Facebook page and allow the videos to generate you money. Now, if you think 21 million views giving me $21,000 is a lot of money, then you're going to be blown away by just how much YouTube paid me for 250 million views. But first, how much do you think TikTok paid me for 100 million views on their platform? Do you think it was $4,000, $40,000, or $400,000? Well, I've been uploading there since 2021 and I've made tons of videos for TikTok, many of which have gone super viral. And in all of that time, my TikTok has generated nearly $40,000, which sounds amazing until you realize that only 1,000 of that actually came from TikTok themselves, and the other $39,000 came from another method that not many people know about. So let me explain. Firstly, the way in which you earn money on TikTok is through their creator fund. So basically, you just upload a video, it gets some views, and then TikTok pays you based on the number of views you generate. However, the amount you earn from the TikTok creator fund is famously really, really low. So let me just pull it up here, and I'm just scrolling through it now, and you can see that the amount I've earned is just over $1,000, and I'm just averaging a few pennies every single day, which really is not life-changing money. And even Zach King, one of TikTok's biggest stars, who averages around 20 million views per week, only earns this much.
On TikTok, like a $23 a day.
All right, so as you can see, we got 20 million views in the last 7 days. You're making between 10 and what looks like to be $30 a day. Like, look at this.
Now, TikTok is phasing out this creator fund because it just pays creators nothing, and it's replacing it with a creativity program, which does pay creators a lot more, but only if your videos are over 1 minute. And lots of people are becoming very rich from this, so I'm currently testing it out, and I'll update the channel once I've actually tried it. But the question you're probably asking is, okay, where did the other $39,000 come from? And the answer is by adding one simple link to my TikTok bio. That's it. I've added this link here, which takes viewers to the sales page of one of my digital courses, and that course has brought in around $39,000 of sales. Now, I'm a magician by trade, so I send my viewers to a course that also teaches magic, meaning it's really relevant for my viewers, so they're more likely to buy it. So the lesson here is that if you want to earn lots of money on TikTok, don't rely on their creator fund. Instead, send those viewers to a relevant product or service, as that is where the real cash is. Okay, so now let's move on to YouTube. So first we'll go over how much I've been paid from YouTube Shorts, and then we'll get into the big numbers with my long form content. So last year I published a short, which now has over 50 million views, and that one short alone has pulled in 124,000 subscribers for my channel. And sometimes I think about this and it's just crazy, because that one video, which is less than 60 seconds long, has generated enough subscribers to get a YouTube Silver Plaque Award. Like this here, from one video, which it shouldn't make sense, but somehow it does. So the question is, how much do you think YouTube paid me for those 50 million views? Well, there are a lot of people out there who claim that shorts can make you loads of money. I mean, I came across this video here the other day, which said this YouTube Shorts channel is making $41,000 a month. Now, that is just a lie, because the channel he's referring to isn't even monetized. And even if it was, it'd be maximum earning a few $100s a month. And that's because YouTube Shorts don't pay well, and my short with 50 million views made about $1,700, or around 3 cents per 1,000 views. And that's the same with most other short creators out there. So don't listen to people who mislead you into believing that you can make loads of money from adverts with YouTube Shorts. Shorts do have their benefits, but making money via ads really isn't one of them. Alright, so now let's look at my long form content. If we remove the short form views, then I've generated around 124 million long form views, and to avoid wasting anyone's time, that's generated $250,000 in ad revenue. So $250,000, which, you know, is absolutely insane. It's one of those weird things where I set up my YouTube channel in my room at home whilst I was still at school. And I remember balancing a camera on a pile of books and trying to film a magic video, not really knowing where it was going to go. And the fact that it's turned into something like this is just amazing, and I'm super grateful for it all. So what I'm going to do now is walk you through the timeline of my finances from when I started to today, so you can just see how I got here. So I uploaded my first video on the 2nd of September 2016, and I made my first bit of money a month later, as it was way easier to get monetized back then. But even so, I was only earning a few cents every day, and I continued uploaded videos to my channel, and after my first year on YouTube, I made a total of $514.84. Now that's not really life-changing money, but at the time I was 17 and I was still at school, and it just felt amazing as I'd never actually made any money online before. So in year 2, I kept uploading and my videos made $3,997, and I went from around $3 a day at the start of the year to $12 per day mid-year, and then by the end I was pushing $20 to $30 a day. Now year 3 was where things started to change a bit, because I really began to understand YouTube. I'd just gone to university at this point, and I spent a lot of time really understanding thumbnails, titles, and video concepts, and my channel this year brought in a total of $21,000 from ad revenue. And it's also the year that my channel hit 100,000 subscribers, which gave me this wonderful plaque here, which was a massive achievement for me. You can see here how the channel started off quite low, around $15 a day, and then it jumped up to $200 in some days, then back down and then back up, and my highest earning day was $435, which was just unreal to me at the time, especially as I was a university student and I had this amazing source of passive income coming in. Now, I thought about doing YouTube full-time maybe, but I also wanted to finish the degree that I just started, so I kept doing YouTube on the side, and studying was my main focus. Then in year 4, my earnings increased to $28,000, and I also had my first $1,000 day, which was insane. But here's the bit you're not going to believe. At the time, this is 4 years into doing YouTube, I'd not told anyone that I actually had a YouTube channel. Only my close family and friends knew, because I was just too scared of what people were going to think. And they'd be like, oh, that's the guy over there who has a YouTube channel that teaches magic tricks. So I was actually just too shy to tell people about my channel, despite it already having hit 100,000 subscribers. But eventually I got over this fear and I started telling people, and their reaction was not what I expected. Either people didn't care at all, or they just thought it was super cool, and they absolutely loved it, which really wasn't the reaction I was expecting. So in year 5, my earnings jumped to $44,853, and even though I'd earned a lot more money this year, it was actually a really low point for me, because I was just so stressed out with university work. I was finishing my degree, I was also writing my first book, which is this magic book here, which just took ages, and I was also trying to run the YouTube channel, so overall I was putting in 80-hour weeks, and my health just generally got really bad. So one thing that happens with me is I get really puffy skin when I'm stressed out, and here's a photo of me at my lowest. I was barely sleeping and just not really enjoying it at all. So even though my earnings increased to $44,000, I started to really question if this YouTube thing was for me, or if I should just stop and focus on my degree. But I got through it all, I graduated from university, I published my book, and then I took some time off to just focus on YouTube for the first time in my life. And doing so, moving into year 6, I managed to double my earnings to $86,000. So you can see here how my YouTube channel started off earning around $70 to $100 per day, and then I had a video really pop off in November, giving me a high of nearly $600 in a day. And then the ad revenue dropped back down again and slowly grew over the year to around $150 to $250 a day. And what this really taught me is that there's going to be ups and downs with my YouTube earnings on a micro scale, but when you zoom out and you just keep putting out really high quality content, your video earnings compound, so you generally earn more money over time. Now in year 7, my earnings actually stayed around the same of $82,000. And this is because I had a big injury. I tore my ACL playing rugby and I had to be operated on in hospital, meaning I couldn't make any more videos. But despite not being able to do YouTube, my videos for some reason kept on being watched. And as you can see here, I still averaged $150 to $200 every single day, even though I wasn't uploading. And this, I mean, for the first time, it really hit me just how grateful I was to have a YouTube channel like this, as it was allowing me to have a full-time income even though I was injured and I was in hospital. So firstly, I became just so grateful for the YouTube channel, but secondly, it made me realize that YouTube videos are like assets. So you put in the effort to make a video up front, but then those videos keep generating money long-term without you doing anything. Like this video here is one of my highest earning videos and it's made over $25,000. And here's another video of mine which has also earned over $25,000. Now these videos only took a couple of days to make, but they've just been churning out money ever since. Now the other big realization I had was that I wanted more of a work-life balance. You see, every year I'd been earning more and more money on YouTube, but that money was never enough. I mean, this is just the money I earned from adverts. I'm not including sponsorships, course sales, and all that kind of stuff from this. And even though I was earning all of this money from YouTube, I was working the whole time and I was just never satisfied with the amount that I had in my bank account. And I remember lying on the hospital bed after my operation and I had a lot of time to think to myself. And I realized that making more money each year wouldn't necessarily make me more happy. And I wasn't really living the life that I wanted to live, despite already having quite a substantial income. So instead of setting the goal to, let's say, earn $100,000 that year from just ad revenue, I decided to pack my bags and just travel the world. So I went around the world, I shared magic with people, I visited places that I'd always dreamed of going, I learned to do things like dive, I went to Mount Everest, and I just had the most amazing time. And although this is gonna sound super cringe, even though my channel earned less money that year, the experiences that I had were genuinely priceless, and it's completely changed my concept of success and money with YouTube. Success for me on YouTube now isn't about just making more and more money. Instead, it's about being able to earn money whilst having the freedom to do other things that really mean something to you. That for you might be spending more time with your family and friends or traveling the world. For me, YouTube is something that I really enjoy doing, but it's also a tool to get more freedom in life and really live life on my terms. And that's currently how I live my life now. I just travel the world and I make videos. And the purpose of this channel is to teach you guys how you can do the same thing, how you can build a channel that earns lots of money, but more importantly, gives you your freedom back to live the life that you want to live. But when it does come to money, if you just rely on adverts, then you're never going to be wealthy, because as you've seen, money from adverts is really inconsistent. And that for me is why adverts only make up 30% of my income. So if you want to build true wealth in your channel, then watch this video here as I explain how the top 1% of YouTubers actually monetize their channel to build real wealth. I'll see you there.